Tonight, a moment of football army wild. Celebrations across the country and beyond will live long in the memory as Steve Clarke and his players achieve legendary status. Ronnie Charters is the story of a dramatic night at the National Stadium.
The moment a nation roared. A moment 27 years in the making, Scotland qualifying for the World Cup finals.
We were scared, pooing our pants. We were scared. We were not doing anymore. We're going to catch.
Tell Donald Trump we're on our way.
Absolutely incredible. They've done it.
Have you ever seen it like your life?
Oh my God.
I actually lost my voice. I can hardly speak.
2 years ago, my 30th birthday present was tickets to the World Cup, and we're finally going to the car. You need to do it. Oh, God!
How wild was your family celebrating at the end?
Oh, crazy. I think I was lost. It was.
And the big question, you've got to be going to America now, eh?
I don't know. I hope so. He's getting a job in the morning.
In a night never to be forgotten, the men in dark blue became legends.
I'll see you in the USA, Mexico or Canada. Get your visas, get your tickets. And the good thing is you've got 6 months to prepare. You don't have to wait till March via the playoffs. They should be proud of their players. They should be proud of their country. Last time Scotland qualified as first in a section, 1982. I was 19, long time ago. So that shows you the magnitude of what this team have achieved.
So yeah, it was what a feeling it was for the country, for the fans, for the staff, for everyone, for the team. I think we all deserve that with how hard we work and what we've been through these last few years. And I think getting to the World Cup tops it off for this group because it's something that we hadn't managed to do before, and we've went out there and done it the hard way.
To the World Cup, it's mad to even say that. My whole generation probably doesn't really remember it, and the fact that now we get to take our country to the World Cup, it'll be one of the proudest things I've ever done in my career.
Be it young or old, whether you were there or not, the 18th of November 2025 will go down in history as the night Scotland returned to the World Cup stage. Ronnie Charters, STV News, Hampden Park.
Well, Ronnie is at Hampden Forest tonight. Ronnie, you were there last night. Have you ever left, in fact? Just what was it like?
I've not been home, John. Honestly, where do you start from last night? The goals, the celebrations, it was a moment and a night the country will never forget. Football is called a beautiful game for reasons like last night, John. You know, sometimes this country can seem very divided. People can have a lot going on in their lives, but for a few beautiful, precious moments last night, Steve Clarke and his players united a country, uplifted everyone, and it was such a special moment. Steve Clarke becomes the most successful Scotland manager in history as well, and for these groups of players, they started as mere mortals, but now they are heroes to an entire nation. It is simply incredible. And one final warning I do have before I finally go home, and North America, we've been waiting 27 years for this party. USA, Canada, Mexico, you better get ready because the Tartan Army, John, is coming.
Ronnie at Hampden, thank you for that. Well, of course, bleary-eyed Scotland fans like Ronnie will now be turning their attention to getting themselves to next year's tournament. We won't know exactly which cities will host Steve Clarke's side until the draw next month, but that hasn't stopped the Tartan Army from planning their journey stateside, as Ollie Dickinson has been finding out.
After the celebrations of last night and finally making a World Cup after 27 years, this morning came the burning question. How do we actually get there?
So we've had loads of phone calls about the World Cup this morning already.
Travel agents are now helping fans make plans for a party in the USA.
Last night, the web page for our World Cup packages was the highest ranking page across our entire web estate. It's going to be a once in a lifetime for a lot of people, so I think we're already hearing from people that they want to get an idea of what they could be doing post or pre-match, but people are telling us that some people want to specifically see Scotland play and they don't want to miss that opportunity.
The tournament will be held from the 11th of June to the 19th of July next year, spanning 3 countries, Mexico, Canada and the USA. There are 16 host cities split into West, Central and Eastern regions. Teams will play their group games in one of those to minimise travel, but who they'll face will only be decided when the draw takes place on the 5th of December.
Seen like the groups, the West Coast looks good, Oregon, California, that sort of stuff.
I've been to 7 World Cup finals and I don't know if I'll make the 8th one next year because I've got various medical problems, heart problems, pacemakers, silly things like that, but I'm already looking at travel arrangements.
It's hard because it's a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but also it's really expensive.
Can't wait the actual draw just to see where we're going to be based, but on Scotland's fate it'll be probably America, Canada and Mexico.
Across the pond, Scotland's qualification has been met with excitement at the prospect of welcoming thousands of fans.
My phone was blowing up from all my friends and contacts in Scotland who were like, we're coming in the summer, can we crash on your couch? Canada's got a huge Scottish connection. The United States has a huge Scottish connection. We have the largest Scottish celebration in April every year, New York City Tartan Week. So I think they'll get very, very, very big welcome.
An estimated 60,000 Scots travelled to France the last time Scotland reached the World Cup. After a 27-year wait, who knows how many will make the trip of a lifetime next year. Ollie Dickinson, STV News.
And we'll have more on Scotland's historic win later in the programme. To other news, and deaths from Alzheimer's disease and dementia are at their highest level in more than 20 years, with more than 6,600 recorded last year. That's around 1 in 10 of all deaths in Scotland. Leading charities say the figures are a stark warning and are calling for more consistent care across the country. A reporter, Amy Flett, has been speaking to a man whose wife died 5 years after her diagnosis. He says support only comes at crisis point.
This is some of our happy memories of our last time we were able to go on a cruise.
After Bill's wife, Christine, was diagnosed with dementia in 2019, they made it their mission to experience as much as possible together before her health deteriorated. In the first few years, the two managed well together, but as time went on and Christine's condition worsened, it began to take a toll on Bill's own health.
We reached the stage where Christine could do realistically nothing on her own. And it got to be a bigger strain and things got worse. The hallucinations got more frequent, more frightening, and people noticed my health was getting worse. I thought I was doing okay.
Although they received some support, Bill ultimately needed spinal surgery, and just weeks later, Christine's health took a turn for the worse.
We went and we had a coffee, and that was the last thing we did together. The next day, she had a heart attack. And then she died. We lived as well as we could for as long as we could. But the way it seems to work is you get your care at crisis level and it fixes that one problem, not the bigger thing.
Alzheimer's disease and other dementias continue to be one of the leading causes of death in Scotland. In 2024, more than 6,600 people died with the conditions as the underlying cause, the highest annual total since 2000.
We want to ensure that people get a guaranteed level of support from that point of diagnosis through to the moderate stages and through to the advanced stages. And in the advanced stages in particular, people's experience is so varied. You know, some people don't even have access to a care home environment close to them. Some people are travelling hundreds of miles. This is just simply not acceptable, and we want to see a very clear, consistent pathway that is agreed at a national level.
More than 10,000 death registrations last year listed Alzheimer's disease or other forms of dementia. Yet despite Christine's condition, dementia wasn't mentioned on her death certificate, leading Bill to believe the number of annual deaths is far higher than reported.
Good morning everyone, it's Bill.
He's now a member of Alzheimer's Scotland's National Dementia Carers Action Network, where he provides support to other carers and hopes to implement change. The Scottish Government says it's investing over £2 billion in social care this year, including £4 million from its 10-year dementia strategy to boost support groups and improve post-diagnostic care. Amy Flett, STV News.
2 men have been jailed for at least 18 years for murdering a man in an apparent revenge attack. 29-year-old Callum Summers and 24-year-old Craig McCall were found guilty of killing Stuart McGeehee in Rutherglen in October 2023. The 38-year-old was stabbed with a machete. Both were jailed for 18 years at the High Court in Glasgow. A former council leader has been jailed after swindling a woman out of £188,000 in a romance fraud. Andrew Paulson duped the woman into giving him the money between May 2021 and March 2022. The former leader of East Dunbartonshire Council was jailed for 22 months at Glasgow Sheriff Court. The 53-year-old was also convicted of embezzling more than £9,000 from a radio station.
What was clear from the evidence is that she trusted you implicitly, that she believed you were both in a close and loving relationship, that she was under your spell, that she believed you would look after her. She considered she was dealing with someone honest, reliable and worthy of her confidence. Her hopes in this regard were cruelly exposed.
Clackmannanshire residents who were forced from their homes after dangerous rack was discovered have met Scotland's Housing Secretary. The homeowners were evacuated under emergency measures in 2023 when the collapse-prone concrete was found in the roofs of their buildings. They're now calling for a national fund for homeowners. This report from Tara Fitzpatrick.
What do we want? A fair deal! When do we want it? Now!
For over 2 years, Tillicoultry residents have had the same message.
Stop the rack! Don't let it crack!
They were given just 2 hours to evacuate their homes when rack was discovered in 30 properties. The cost of repairs will be tens of thousands of pounds.
I was told to take enough things for 6 to 7 days while a survey was being done. That was the last time I was inside my home. I was sleeping on a sofa. I was still having to work. I then was in the position that I had to declare myself homeless.
Clackmannanshire Council have voted to progress with repairs and have offered loans to owners, but with a 5.5% interest rate.
It's quite a lot of money that they're asking from us. It's about $34,000 for roof repair per household. Do you know, I'm mortgage free this year. I've worked so hard all my days to have a home and do it all up, and I feel like I'm just starting from the scratch.
Today they brought their campaign to the Housing Secretary with calls for a national fund for rack homeowners. But that's something the Scottish Government have insisted is out of the question.
There is one government across the UK that's got the financial flexibility to respond en masse to an unexpected event like rack. That's not the Scottish Government, it's the UK Government. So I continue to press the UK Government to respond in that way, and I've offered to consider any request of flexibility from councils from across Scotland as they fulfil their obligations to respond to this.
The Scottish Government has got record funding, £50 billion. Surely some of that could be earmarked for these homeowners. These properties were sold to them without any indication that they should have been maintained and that a latent defect in the use of rack in those roofs would cause this current situation.
The UK Government say the funding decisions are for Scottish ministers and local authorities. But while debate over who should foot the bill for rack rages on, it's homeowners who continue to be left in the cold. Tara Fitzpatrick, STV News, Clackmannanshire.
Well, we can't celebrate last night enough. Let's go back to Hampden and join Raman.
STV Sport, sponsored by the C.R. Smith Black Friday sale.
A very good evening from Hampden, and what a night it was here at the National Stadium. In all my years covering Scottish football, I've never experienced a night quite like it. And of course, it resulted in Scotland qualifying for next year's World Cup. That sounds great, doesn't it? Well, a number of the players in the current squad weren't even born the last time Scotland qualified for a World Cup back in 1998. And as Jamie Borthwick now reports, the players say the togetherness during the bad times has helped achieve them good things like last night.
Off it. As the dust settled on Hampden Park, the enormity of Scotland's achievement was only starting to hit home.
Oh, it's incredible. Just like when I seen Kenny's goal going in, like, honestly, it's going to take a while to settle in. As a group, a great group, and we all believe in each other and we all stick together. It's everything you dream of as a kid playing in the World Cup. Watching the World Cup growing up, so just delighted.
That incredible finale will live forever in the memory, and as the Scotland bench flooded to celebrate together, the unity of this team
is the togetherness. Through good times and through bad times, we're always there with each other. We want the best for each other. And the manager said before the game today, like, everyone here is important. The people who come on, the people who don't come on, the starters, the staff, and we need to give our all. And I think this team, we all do that.
It's not even just this game, it's been this camp. When we've not played well, we've still managed to grind out results, and I think that's been the most important thing. It's not all about playing nice and losing unluckily in the last minute. We managed to turn the tables a little bit and get the favourite to go on our side, so it's been absolutely massive for us.
Scotland will be in pot 3 for next month's draw and will play one team from each of the other seedings. They can only face a maximum of one other European side in the group stages. No matter who they take on, the Saltire will be flying at the World Cup once again.
I've obviously grew up, my generation's grew up, never seen Scotland in a major tournament, to be honest, until the last few years, but just never seen them in a World Cup. Always watched World Cups and seen other teams going and taking part, and I'm just so proud to be part of the team that's done it.
It wasn't always pretty, but the history books has already begun. Jamie Borthwick, STV Sport.
And it's a tournament that can't come soon enough. Well, for more reaction to last night's historic win, we spoke to former Scotland defender Stephen O'Donnell earlier. Stephen, what were you like when the fourth goal went in last night?
When the fourth goal went in, it's hard to explain. I was stressed out of my head because I thought the ref was adding on about 10 minutes. We felt as if the game should have been over, and then the ball goes to Kenny, and you're just thinking, run it to the corner, take your time. I'm not for one. I know some people were shouting shoot. I was thinking, come on, let's kick it to the touch of relief. It was done. You knew that was it over. And to do it in that fashion was like what dreams are made of for Kenny personally, for me being able to be involved in the game, touchline, and for the rest of the Tartan Army. What an amazing night.
And can you just sum up the achievement of Steve Clarke and his players?
Legendary. I think it's been that long. We hadn't qualified for a tournament. We've now done 3 out of 4. Even missing out in the last World Cup by a qualifier, getting beat off Ukraine, which had all sorts surrounding that as well. I think legendary is how you want to sum up this group of players to achieve that. Can we go one further and get a win? That's what we're going to hope for, and that's what we're going to be looking for. But just now, what we've managed to achieve as a nation is brilliant, and starting to get us back where we belong on a regular basis.
And Steve Clarke is the first Scotland manager to secure qualification to 3 major tournaments. Is he, for you, Stephen, the greatest Scotland manager of all time?
Look, I think considering I was able to get most of my caps under him, I'll definitely say he's the greatest manager of all time regardless. But look, I think you can't knock the achievements, and I think people have tried. The first tournament, they'll say it was the Nations League. The second Euro, I think, was did they increase the numbers? But this time we've qualified top of our group. We were third seeds going into it. We've finished top of our group. Regardless of what century this was done, we would have qualified. And against 2 very good sides, the Greeks were very good, the Danish were at another level, and you've seen that last night with how they played. But to be able to manufacture a win, we have the players that can create moments, and we've seen 4 moments that have propelled the team, the manager into a different atmosphere.
Stephen O'Donnell, thanks very much for joining us on the STV News at 6. Stephen O'Donnell speaking to us earlier. Well, all of the Scotland goals from last night's epic match will live long in the memory, and they all kicked off with that spectacular overhead kick from Scott McTominay, and now comparisons are being made with McTominay's goal and Archie Gemmell's solo effort against the Netherlands in 1978. Scotland fans don't often see wonder goals from their national team, but they sure did last night. Scott McTominay's was a thing of beauty, while almost 50 years ago, Archie Gemmell's was poetry in motion. But which is better?
I have to say McTominay's because I seen it live and it was an overhead kick. It just was.
I'd have to say Archie Gemmell's.
Why?
Just more skill and everything, man.
You're speaking to someone from the country's most watched news programme. Are you having a laugh?
Yes.
Yeah. Archie Gemmell's goal or Scott McTominay's goal? If you had to pick one, which would it be?
McTominay! Archie Gemmell.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I know, that was the best ever.
Great one by Gemmell. Great one by Gemmell. And the goal!
What year was that?
1978.
78, I'd be 37.
Times VAT. Were you born then?
No, definitely not.
Liar. Okay.
That's a better goal.
That's a better goal.
Yes.
Gemmell's goal's better. Tell me why.
Because he beat three men to do it, actually do it.
You know, in the movies, when it goes quiet and then it just erupts.
Yeah.
That's how it felt. Like it was honestly so surreal.
Wait, because he kicked it. Wayne Rooney's one.
Ever scored a goal like that in your puff?
Close.
In ice hockey.
Probably better, I can't
lie,
but yeah, no.
Are you a good fibber, yeah?
Yeah.
You look like a fibber. Do you think you could score a goal like that?
No.
No, I'm asking, huh? How high could you get your leg up, so to speak?
Don't forget about that one.
Go! That was not bad. If you've got any claims, go to the BBC. We're the other side. We're all great friends, really. Well, that is all the support for me live from the National Stadium. It was rather quiet and peaceful, a far cry from what it was like last night when there were euphoric scenes when Scotland created history by qualifying for next year's World Cup after defeating Denmark 4-2. Bye for now.
STV Sport, sponsored by the C.R. Smith Black Friday sale.
Somebody needs to rest his voice. Now, Sean has the weather forecast.
An icy start to the day will give way to a series of oohs and ahs. TUI sponsors STV Weather.
So some of us waking up to a little bit of a wintry start to the day at higher levels earlier on after that rain from yesterday cleared away southwards, the colder air digging in. But tonight's going to be dry, clear, very, very cold. Although there will be some wintry showers, especially around the lights of Lochaber, Ardnamurchan, Mull, maybe a few coming into lights of Isla, Col and Tiree as well. But look at those temperatures. We're -5 parts of Stirlingshire, -6 in parts of South Lanarkshire, especially where we've got a little bit of lying snow. So a very cold night to come tonight, and potentially we can shave another degree off that tomorrow night. Extreme lows around over the next few nights. Tomorrow, another day with plenty of crisp sunshine out there. There'll just be a few wee showers again, maybe Col, Tiree, but for most of us it is a dry, sunny day. Your afternoon highs very similar to today, 1-2 degrees, maybe an ice day for some of us. That's where the temperatures stay around freezing. 4 degrees in the likes of Glasgow. Now have a look at this. Lanark, one of the chillier spots over the next couple of nights. These are the morning temperatures. So tomorrow morning you might be waking up to -6, -5 Friday morning. And have a look what happens into the weekend. OK, I'm not going to use the words milder because 2 degrees is hardly mild, but it'll be slightly less cold for the weekend. We will see milder air though coming into the Hebrides. 8 or 9 your afternoon high during Friday with some outbreaks of rain. Saturday it's a day of sunshine and showers, and for most of us temperatures 7 to 10 degrees.
TUI sponsors STV Weather.
And finally, Scotland has been united in its support for the national team. From famous faces to those gathering across the country, excitement about next year's World Cup campaign is only just beginning.
Buzzing with capital B. Buzzing, capital B. Oh man.
When the whistle blew, I kind of almost knocked my dad out because I jumped on him so hard.
At my age, I can't even do a bicycle kick.
That's one of the best goals you will ever see.
My favourite goal was Kenny McLean's goal from the halfway line because it was just spectacular.
It's up there in the epic proportion of moments in Scottish footballing history.
I was speechless, especially because we've not been since 1998.
Shows what Scotland's capable of. I think this Scottish team is pretty unique.
After so many disappointments, it's great to enjoy it. From all of us here, good night.